How's it going, folks? CR here, and tonight I am going to address the false talking point that the AR-15 is somehow a bad choice for home protection. So that way, the next time a gun controller tells you that it's a terrible choice for home protection, you can send them the link to this video and they can watch. Now, when you're talking about using a firearm for personal protection, you're talking about a situation where it's your life and or the lives of your loved ones that are in jeopardy. This isn't paintball, this isn't airsoft, this isn't a video game, this is not the movies. There are no do-overs, there are no second chances. This is literally a fight for your life and possibly the lives of your loved ones. It's not a fight you want to lose. It's not a game. Now, the AR-15 is one of the best choices for home defense, and I'm going to explain why. First, I'm going to start off with concealed carry and defense outside the home. When you're talking about personal protection outside the home, most of the time, most people are relegated to concealed carry if they're carrying a firearm for self-defense outside the home. You're not going to be lugging a rifle or a carbine with you throughout the day. One, it's a lot of weight to carry around. For most people, it's more than they want to carry around conveniently. One. Two, people notice when you've got a rifle slung over your back. Three, everyone else can see it, including potential criminals, can see that you have a firearm. And while it might be a deterring factor, it could also let the criminal know who to go for first. So with that being said, most people are relegated to concealed carry outside the home for personal protection. However, when it comes to being inside the home on your own property, so on and so forth, you have a little bit more freedom. When you go with a rifle or a carbine, you're going to be a lot more accurate with that than you are a pistol. So why not? The AR-15, and I'm going to stick with the Colt LE6920, although there are a lot of carbine-linked AR-15s that are great choices. If you want to stick with NFA Title I, obviously you're going to have a barrel at minimum 16 inches, which ironically I kind of wish they would remove that SVR from the NFA Title II list, but that's a different topic altogether. So we're going to stick with the 16-inch barrel specifically because that's NFA Title I territory. So with that being said, the rifle in and of itself is very lightweight. You don't have to be in the prime of your life to use it effectively. You don't have to be super strong to use it effectively. Anybody can carry it, save some really debilitating injury or disability. With this particular model, you got a telescoping stock, so you or your relatives have longer or shorter arms. Well, longer arms, you get stock fully extended. Maybe you have a little shorter arms and like so, or fully collapsed if you have really short arms, or if a member of your household has really short arms. It really is customizable. Grips, if you're not happy with the standard grips, this rifle is very modular and there are other options for the grip that'll suit your purposes. It's semi-automatic. Again, you're talking about protecting your life from an assailant. You're not always guaranteed that that first shot's going to stop them if they continue to proceed after you've shown them the firearm. There's no guarantee there's not going to be multiple assailants. And if they don't flee at the sight of the firearm and you have to start shooting, you're going to want to be able to fire follow-up shots without having to do a bunch of stuff or operate the weapon with a whole bunch of movements. This rifle right here, generally, I mean, when you're talking about an AR-15 in general, most AR-15s come standard with 30-round magazines, which is a good thing. you want to have a decent capacity in your magazine. It's much better to have a 30-round magazine and only have to fire 2 shots than to have a 10-round magazine and need that 11th round. Defending yourself with a firearm, if you're in a situation where you have to use a firearm to protect yourself, the last thing you want to do is run out of ammo before the attack is over. Just plain and simple. The sight I went with is an EOTech. It's a holographic sight. That's the one I personally recommend, though. With the AR-15, you have a bunch of options for optics. I prefer the holographic sight because you sight it in and anybody can use it, whereas the iron sights, to have optimal accuracy, you have to re-sight it in per person at the range. Though in a home defense scenario, with iron sights, it's not really necessary for it to be 100% sighted in to that person each and every time. But again, this is why I prefer the holographic sights, because you sight it in, you got the optimal accuracy there, and that's that. Most AR-15s, you can get a quad rail and have that on the rifle, and that's good if you want to have a different foregrip on it, or no foregrip at all, straight foregrip, shorty foregrip, angle foregrip, like what's on this rifle right here. It really helps you choose which grips are best for you and mount those grips on the rifle with ease, which is a good thing. Moving on to the tack light. It's not always guaranteed that your assailants are going to break in during daytime or during daylight hours. In fact, most cases, I think, when somebody had to use an AR-15 for personal protection or any sort of firearm for personal protection, the assailants chose to come in the home at night when they were home. So, again, highly recommended that you have a light mounted onto your rifle, and this quad rail system gives you a lot of options for that. Moving on to the round, it's chambered in. Most AR-15s are chambered in 5.56. Now, one of the things the gun controllers love to say is that it's a rifle round, but what they leave out is it's on the lower spectrum of power. It's an intermediate cartridge. It's not a full-size rifle cartridge. In fact, this projectile right here will lose most of its energy when it hits something solid. You know, these rounds tend to be very underpowered. They're not going to go through wall after wall after wall after wall like you might get with a full-size rifle cartridge like a .308 or a 30-06. These rounds are small, but you can buy them in bulk, which means you can go out and shoot the rifle and train on it a lot more than you could with, say, a bigger cartridge. And moreover, the recoil on with these rounds is very low. You're not going to punish your shoulder. You're not going to punish your loved one's shoulders when they go out and shoot it. So, with that being said, the fact of the matter is the AR-15 is one of the best choices for home defense. Thank you all for watching. Y'all take her easy out there. Have a great day.